it's Sam, talking about the moon in Shravana Nakshatra. That's a section of Capricorn related to listening, hearing, gathering, and connecting things. This allows us to manifest very easily, so check it out. So Shravana Nakshatra is in the middle of Capricorn. It's the one nakshatra that is fully in Capricorn. The other nakshatras of Capricorn are partially in Sagittarius and Aquarius. But Shravana is completely contained in the geography of Capricorn. So this shows a very deep, quality of Capricorn, and this nature of Shravana as well. So Shravana is literally, the word means to listen or hearing, and sort of sacred listening and divine listening. And of course, to listen isn't just to have your ears bombarded with sound. It's to hone this very important faculty, and to listen with discrimination, and to hear the truth behind words that are spoken or things that are conveyed. And so often, not even just by listening to people speak do we draw the wrong impression, but also just the things that we take in are not understood very well. And relative to how well we understand them, we're able to manifest and to create something solid out of them. And again, that solid structure that we create has a lot to do with the Capricorn principle. So for example, like you're listening to me say this right now. But how well are you actually listening? How well are you actually hearing? In order to hear something or to correctly understand it and comprehend it, there needs to be clarity. There needs to be stillness and silence and peace in the mind. If there's a lot of inner noise, then anything that comes in is just going to bang into this inner noise and be filtered through all of that inner noise. And you can see how this quality comes after Sagittarius. This quality of Capricorn that's related to Shravana and listening, hearing, manifesting, and those qualities of stillness and silence which have to do with Saturn, who's the ruler of Capricorn, and how these things come after Sagittarius, which is about proper teachings, proper devotion, how we've uprooted bad teachings, planted good teachings, nurtured those teachings, made a commitment, and been focused on bringing those teachings and those things into form. Then, in Capricorn, this faculty of hearing and listening and integrating then through stillness, peace, and silence allows us to manifest something. We have to be silent and clear in our mind before any kind of teachings or any kind of thing that we hear can be effective and can allow us to manifest. So, of course, this is also very important because the deity associated with Shravana Nakshatra is Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu took those 3 giant steps that allowed him to stride across the 3 worlds. And the 3 worlds have to do with the 3 gunas, body, mind, and spirit. And this is why that is also related to related to Shravana. One of the symbols of Shravana is also like footprints. And so, again, we have to remember this nature of Shravana as existing in that same portion of space as Capricorn. And that connection to silence and stillness, and how silence and stillness and peace is required for listening and hearing. And in fact, it's a very important meditation. If you've ever done any kind of listening meditations, they're really profound. So for example, you can even do it right now. Just close your eyes and listen to how you're at the center of sound. Sound comes to you from all directions and you're in the center of it. Notice the sounds coming into your mind right now. And follow that sound back to the source, which is silence. So again, you want to understand this is a very deep sort of tantric principle. The only reason you're able to hear external sound, even through your ears, is because of inner silence. If there was inner noise at the center of your being, you wouldn't be able to hear sound. And this is also why when you have inner noise in your brain, you don't listen and you don't hear things through, with clarity. When there's clarity and patience and peace and love and calmness, then when you're present and when someone is speaking or when things are going on around you, they're entering a pure vessel, which is not filtered so much through your inner noise, madness, chaos. But instead what happens is the words we hear others speak, and our ability to comprehend teachings and all of that is filtered through all of our own opinions, all of our noise, all of our chatter. And particularly in this day and age, this internet age, this age of misinformation as well as information, we're easily bamboozled and seduced by novelty and by things on the surface rather than the depth. And so all of these things are related to Capricorn, Saturn, Nakshatra of Shravana. It's the depth of sacred listening. The name of the nakshatra is always very important, of course, the deity as well. There are a lot of attributes of nakshatras. I'm describing nakshatras now as they are connected to Rashis, though, specifically. Because as you may have seen, I'm talking a lot about these nakshatra and Rashi connections now because of this whole strange narrative about not using the sidereal signs, which is really quite crazy. Nakshatras and Rashis are always connected and they always have been. People don't want to do it, that's up to them, but it's not the system that was put forth. And so again, it's very easy, even in this example, to take things on the surface, not go deeply into them, and ponder the sense of what something might actually mean. And this is why things even like traditions and, how something has shown through time, like, the test of time is one of the biggest tests to see if something is authoritative or not. And again, the capacity to really hear the truth and reflect on it and have it resonate at a point of stillness is not a given. This is why we hear all kinds of stuff, and as it clashes with our inner noise or whatever we're able to filter, that's what we're able to comprehend. So when people have powerful planets in Shravana Nakshatra, or even just in general, this becomes a big theme and a big issue in someone's life. That capacity to be still, silent, hear the truth, and then essentially manifest according to how much of that is flowing in integrity. Because whether we're actually hearing the truth or not, we manifest in accordance with how much of this we got right. So this is also just a principle for being able to fill in the gaps and bring things together. Because the other thing about silence is it moves through space, which is the container of all objects in the material world. All thoughts, ideas resonate through space. And sound is the vehicle of sound is space. When we look at karma indriyas and jnana indriyas and elements, the element of space is how we understand distance and sound. So this is why one of the qualities of Shravana as well is gossip and bad information. If people have afflictions in this nakshatra, then these kinds of things happen, rather than staying true even to the voice that they know is correct, or the teaching that they know is correct. They can often get sidetracked by things that are maybe more trivial, or that might make them look good, or they might be prone to avoid even getting involved with things that can help them manifest, because others might gossip about them, or they might hear something that destabilizes their center. This is a lot of reason why people don't manifest things, because we get distracted by what other people might say, or these people are talking about me, or what would happen if I did this, then others might not like me, or again, being too worried even about what others might say and hearing bad things about ourselves, or what have you. So, underneath it all, Shravana, hearing, listening, hearing to that, I should say listening to that voice, making the proper adjustments that allow us to manifest, and also bringing people together around that so that they can help us and we can all help each other create the thing that we want to create. So this nakshatra is also very good for business, manifestation, and things in that regard. Also things like music, chanting mantra, and those kinds of things that are also related to sound. That's somewhat obvious, but I should also say that mantra, chanting, and activating space is the way to purify this section of the sky as well. So if you're having a problem with all that inner noise and chatter, the way to purify it is to say the mantra. So we activate the power of that element with what's called the karma indriya. The jnana indriya is how we gain knowledge of that. The karma indriya is how we purify it. So the way we purify space, the way we purify our listening capacity is through mantra. Say these sacred divine sounds over and over again. And it clears the Akashic realm. Even mantras that aren't Sanskrit, even affirmations can help us. That's a good start. But a better one is mantra with the beloved Ishta Devata in our mind as we say the mantra to the beloved. So this is a great spiritual practice for Shravana.